Any business has its red flags, but in construction, we have what I call a yellow flag, and it looks just like this. Your contractor is going to come in and start waving this around and write little notes on it, right? Making scribbles and taking measurements, and at the end of the day, they're going to put a number on the bottom of this bad boy and slide it across the table at you, right? This drives me crazy. I've spent more of my life waiting for colleagues and clients and contractors to sift through those yellow notepads, trying to figure out, what's what. In my opinion, that is the biggest mistake that any contractor, designer, any of us are going to make up front, and a client should see that coming, is organization. When you come in and you're, scratching things out and you're shooting from the hip, everybody knows that you're playing it fast and loose. Not only is it, in my opinion, a bad look for the designer or the contractor, who should be an expert and who should be able to speak from a place of authority, but should also be able to keep their thoughts in order and keep the details together. I don't know about you guys, but I see a whole lot of kitchens, and if I had to rely on my memory to keep the details of one kitchen straight from the next, I'd be in a lot of trouble. So not everyone has to do it my way, but what I love to do is I love to have forms and documentations for everything. And a lot of people have digital versions of this today, and that's awesome. I personally love paper because I like to be able to take it out and have it on the counter in front of me. I like to be able to have my my computer up, or my phone, or whatever, screens I'm working on as well. But I like to have, the old fashioned paper in front of me. And a lot of people are going to make the argument that, well, what's the difference between that and the, the legal pad? Well, the difference is this has a structure for organization that the next person down the line can pick up if something were to happen to me and I was unable to continue working on that project. Now, for example, if I get sick and I, take a couple of days off, somebody else could step in, grab one of my files, take a look at it, and make heads or tails of it if we're in the middle of a problem that needs my attention right away, but I can't give it. Alternatively, if I am, busy working on another project and it just helps to be able to delegate this to somebody else, I could just hand off to them my information and have them take it even further. Now, this, of course, is most important when it comes to making sure that we have all the documentation correct with the client. And so whether I've got my notes, well organized or not, at the end of the day, I need a clear, concise contract with my clients as a contractor or a consultant or a designer or whatever capacity I'm working with. I need them to know exactly what I'm offering, and I need them to know how much they're paying and what they can expect for that. Realistically, allowances are a part of the construction industry, and there's nothing that we can do about it. Sometimes people exploit that. Sometimes people are going into it expecting that they're going to charge their clients extra money in change orders. The client's going to, think they're paying a lower price than they really will. Sometimes it is disingenuous. Sometimes it's just the way that it works because we don't have X-ray vision. We can't predict what the city is going to do during the inspection process sometimes. There's all sorts of things that we can't predict. Supply chain, things change all the time, especially in a post-COVID world. There's been a lot of uncertainty, and sometimes that does lead to legitimate changes in costs for products, for services, or what have you, right? Anything can go wrong, and in construction, it often does. So I'm not trying to say that change orders are bad and the person asking you to sign one and pay for it is bad, and I'm not saying that asking a client to sign for a project that has allowances rather than actual material selections or a completed design is bad, but those are all things that contribute to the uncertainty, which gives clients a bad taste when they've paid significantly more money in the end, or have spent a longer period of time, or more likely both, in this project than they thought they were going to upfront because the contractor didn't explain it well enough. Sometimes that is, a predatory type of sales, but oftentimes it's just the contractor can't think of everything that could go wrong to let the client know that all of those things can go wrong in advance. The best that we can do is make sure that what we are promising to give you or to provide, or, the services that we're promising to provide, and how much you can expect to pay for those specifically. Now, then it's the job of the contractor or the designer, whoever it is that's filling out all of the details of that contract, that it's their responsibility to make sure that everything is accounted for, and then the client's responsibility to do their own due diligence and read through that shit and make sure they know exactly what it is they are signing for. Because at the end of the day, if what you have to go off of is one of these big yellow flags, then you're going to get exactly what you might expect.